Hey guys, this is Alex from To Vogue or Bust. I just wanted to come on today and share a little holiday themed video since we're really in the swing of things now. I'm super excited to be teaming up to share more details towards the end of the video about the Shopping.ca gift cards, which are redeemable across Canada at so many different amazing locations. You can go to Shopping.ca to see all locations and all the participating stores at each location. So this time of year, while it's amazing, it's also absolutely insane for me. It's usually like balancing so many different social events between my friends, my family, which is also a big family, and then also my partner Matt's family. And not to mention trying to squeeze in a few things for Matt and I to do together, whether that's going to the Christmas market or whatever else. So for all these people to shop for and trying to think of gift ideas for myself too, is something that's super top of mind and that often gets kind of left to the last minute despite best efforts. So with gifts on the mind, I was kind of thinking about what were my 5 favorite gifts of my whole life so far and what made them special. And then in keeping with the whole gift theme, I want to share some 5 hot tips to kind of really make sure you can really get the Christmas shopping done, be on top of it, and feel totally stress and anxiety free about the things that you pick. So to start with though, my 5 favorite gifts, the first one for sure was a pair of skis I got when I was younger. Growing up in North Van, obviously you're in the mountains. I was a big skier, but I didn't have my own set yet, and so I remember just seeing it kind of wrapped up behind the tree and opening it up and just what an amazing kind of experience it was, and also what it gave me for I guess about 4 years before I outgrew them. Being able to head over to Grouse Mountain and ski almost every single day through the winter. Another favorite gift, and one that's kind of in keeping with something that gives the gift of like a skill set afterwards, was a classical guitar when I was maybe like 6 years old, 7 years old or something like that. I've always been pretty musically inclined. It's a huge passion of mine, and I'd already begun, I think at that point, to play French horn, which is about the coolest instrument that you could pick. And then I got the guitar, and it really kind of put me on this trajectory to always like be playing, have like bands and whatnot through high school. And so I still have a guitar, an acoustic one now, but one that I still play. So again, a skill that was kind of gifted to me for life through that. My 3rd favorite gift for sure was a laptop when I was fresh out of university and interning for a couple of years and completely broke. I had a laptop that was dying on me like crazy. So even though we usually try to keep our prices a bit lower usually for Christmas gifts, my parents really helped me out that year and gave me this gift that like literally had me in tears because it was just so needed and so amazing. My 4th favorite gift was my first kind of designer bag that I ever got when I was younger. I'd always been really in love with fashion and always really just entranced by that whole world. And so my parents got me this tiny little like not even a clutch, like a clutchlet from Coach. I just remember feeling like I had access all of a sudden to a world that I'd always wanted to explore more of. I'd only ever seen in the pages of Vogue and whatnot, and having that little clutch that I'd carried around with me everywhere, and then it kind of gave that education into investing and then getting your own purses or things that kind of are of great value to you that way. And my 5th favorite gift is that my partner and I one time decided to basically just invest in a trip together. And that was our Christmas gift to one another, and it was one of the most amazing trips to Greece. We did that, I believe, the following year for Italy too, and it's kind of something we haven't done recently in the last 2 years or so, but a tradition that I really want to continue doing because it just gives such an experience. It's something we both value so much, and it's something we love doing together. I wanted to share now a couple tips just to make sure that if you're anything like me, someone who's actually not the most skilled as far as gift giving, you can kind of really lay some tracks and get your gift giving done early and feel confident about it this year. My first tip is to take notes of what people mention throughout the year. I am not very good at this, but my mom, my mother-in-law, and my partner are all amazing at this. They'll keep like a little notes going in their iPhone. They jot down all these little things that are little holes and what I need in my life and that I completely forget about, being more on the disorganized side of things, and they show up in my stocking, and it's just such a nice, thoughtful idea. So I'm trying to become better at it, at just having an ongoing notes and just cueing myself whenever someone says something to just make a jot of it. My 2nd tip is to lay some groundwork down a bit earlier. So maybe come like November 1st, November 15th, like sometime a bit earlier in the season. Maybe just put in a calendar reminder for next year, obviously, but just remember to kind of ask a few questions, like what have you been into lately, blah, blah, blah. My 3rd tip is to make use of the internet and look at gift guides that bloggers are curating that really pull together some amazing ideas. I had one from my mom this year that I can't obviously share, but I was just stuck for her because we're supposed to be doing thoughtful gifts this year and not really kind of doing a wish list or anything like that. And it's hard because I'm not the best at sort of of laying down the groundwork earlier about picking up on cues about what people want. So taking the time to look through curated gift ideas that are really, really on point for moms or for your partner or for whatever else. For me, that's where I found the idea, and I'm certain that she's gonna love it. And that leads into my fourth tip, which is when it comes to family, you can't go wrong with something that is heart-centered, thoughtful, and that is sentimental, because it's hard enough to kind of always figure out, especially with your mom or dad who are saying they have everything they need. If you can think about something that's creative, that's on the more thoughtful or sentimental side, I feel like these are the things that make the biggest impact. My fifth tip is that when all else fails, or if you don't know the person very well, you don't know their current interests, or you know that they like to get gifts for themselves, or even if you're running out of time and you just want to give them something that you know they're going to be happy about, is to make it a gift card. I am obsessed with these Shopping.ca gift cards because while this one is available at Metropolis at Metrotown, which is like the biggest shopping center in our area, it's massive, it has everything that you could possibly need in there, and it's so fun to spend a whole day shopping there. Shopping.ca actually makes this gift card available at all their locations, so even though this is one that you could pick up at Metrotown, you'd be able to shop this at any of their locations across Canada. And that means that if you're getting it for someone who's in Ontario or in Alberta or here in BC, there's going to be a location near them that they'll be able to go and shop with. And that you're still showing that you're thinking about them, but you're giving them something that is completely foolproof. There are so many amazing stores at each one of these locations, so you know 100% that they're going to be happy with their gift this Christmas. This is another great one for a Secret Santa, for an office colleague, for in-laws who maybe you don't know all of their passions and interests quite well yet, or who are just hard to shop for, quite frankly. This is completely a fail-safe option. I love it as well because out of everyone in my family, I get told the most, even more than my parents, that I'm really hard to shop for. I tend to just buy the things that I want over the course of the year. I don't have this like reserve of things that people can buy me come Christmas time. And so for me, it's either you get me an experience, which is something that my family and my best friends might know really well and know to invest in. But for other people who maybe aren't as confident, a gift card, and particularly one that you can use at so many different locations and at so many different stores, because Metrotown literally has every single store that I can possibly imagine that I want to shop at, whether it's Aritzia, Lululemon, Evernew, so many stores. You just know that they're going to be happy no matter what, and they'll be able to pick up something that they'd love. Anyway guys, I hope you love this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd love to hear what your favorite gifts have been, so tell me in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button to keep seeing more videos like this. Thanks guys!